Good morning, welcome and welcome back to Paper, Paint, and Spaceships. It is December 9th and we are up before the sun. I forgot that this sometimes has to happen to get me to work on time. I think there is the faintest of blues through the window, but we're gonna keep on keeping on. You won't see this until this evening, so let's go. I am going to open this up to December 9th and go over last year's, which was a Saturday, and then I realized something when I was complaining yesterday about the grays. We'll talk about that in a second. So in 2019, there's Nutcracker, which is this like reddish brown standard with the faintest of sheen. In 2021, there's Storm, which is this blue, like stormy blue shimmer. I think it's got silver shimmer in there. And then in 2022, there's Cardinal, which is one of, I think it is one of the closest inks that I have ever found to Colorverse Curiosity, though I can't remember at the moment. I think this is how it goes down, because Curiosity, it dries to this more like rust colored red than this bright red. But last year we had Moonbeam, which I currently have inked up in a Preppy. I should check and make sure that it is still flowing all right, but it is this lovely gray shimmer. It's got, it looks like a teal shimmer. See, it's not quite blue, not quite turquoise. It's just, it looks like it looks very much like this over here. So those were the previous inks. Now I'm going to open up to today. And the thing that I realized yesterday after I was editing the video and everything is that this is the Diamine Black Inkvent edition. So I think what that can tell us is that there is going to be more than normal, there are going to be a lot of grays in here. I don't think that they're going to have very many blacks. I think the only black that they're going to have is right here in the 25th. I think that is where the black is going to be. Everything else that we see is going to be in various Christmassy or just random shades. And let's get that out of the way. And but that means that we're going to have a fair number of grays, which I think I'm okay with. So before I open this up, I want to talk about predictions. Yesterday, Fountain Pen Insanity 3344 posted a comment saying that they are predicting that there's going to be a purple with green shimmer and silver sheen, and they called it Diamine Sugar Plum. And I think that from my usual source of predictions, a blue with green shimmer is predicted. So we will see which one is closer. So this is Wishing Tree. Okay, so Wishing Tree, kind of speak of the devil. I think this is, it's a little hard to tell, but I think this is going to be like a gray or maybe a silver. It is a chameleon ink. I will say also that opening up the Diamine ink bottles is kind of a pain in the butt compared to the Colorverse ones because you've got to unwrap all of the plastic. And I know that there are some folks who go in and pre-unwrap, and I just don't have time to do that. Hold on, I need to clean out my eyedroppers. It's early, you guys. I'm working on it. Here we go, all clean. Oh man, I am ready for this congestion to go away. So here we go. You are wishing tree. Ooh. It goes down really nicely, but maybe that's just because I'm over eager. There we go. And as always, because this is a shimmer ink, I'm going to close it back up. Re-agitate just a little bit, and then yep, that looks pretty solidly gray. I suppose it's good that I mentioned that it's the Diamine Black Edition and expect more than your usual number of grays, because looks like today we're getting gray. Ooh, ooh, it's like a green gray. Oh my. So this is interesting. It looks like there is a fairly staining component to it. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks like where I put the ink down, there's the faintest of like red circles there. So that is interesting. It definitely does give tree vibes. I'm not 100% certain what custom is involved with the wishing tree, apart from like maybe in the southern US. I don't know really that well. So maybe I'll look it up and tell you guys tomorrow. But next we have the Colorvent calendar. Now, as I'm opening this up, I do want to say that most of the other videos that I have seen have been like spoiler videos where people open all 24 of the doors like way back in November when they first got the calendar. And I think that is a really almost heartbreaking way to do an Inkvent video. I don't know. There are a couple of other folks that are doing the day-by-day Inkvent, like you open the door and you go over the ink. And I'll link those in the doobly-doo. I think it's me and one other person that's doing both in the same video. And I think we're nuts. I think we are absolutely mental. Anyways, today's prediction for Colorvent is an alizarin crimson. So this really like cool, bright, deep red. And let's go. If I can get it open. This might be a problem. Let's pull this out. There we go. Ooh, Red Horizon is a color inspired by the Martian desolate landscape, red earth and horizon. It looks like a cool red. This is the hardest part of Colorvent, is just getting them out of the box. But now that it's out, I don't have to unwrap anything. It's wonderful. So let's move this and bring this back. The way that wishing tree is drying is kind of wonderful. Anyways, so I also realized that I missed something. With Rover, it does say that it's glistening on the bottle. So, look at that. I don't know if you can see the shading, but it definitely looks like a cool red. Here I am actually writing alizarin crimson. This is fine. Again, have I mentioned we are up before the sun? I'm a little bit groggy. A little bit more ink on that. There we go. I will say that the number of standards so far in Colorvent makes me really happy. We're going to see if I get another staining here. Red is typically very staining. Ooh, okay, that is bright. That is almost gory in how bright that is. I really want to clean this up before tomorrow, or I could just rip it, that's fine. Okay, so it looks like I've got a little bit of hair in there. Let's see if I can figure out a way to get that out that doesn't involve getting red all over my hands. Because this is the type of red that people will ask me what has happened. Or maybe we just leave it. Because I don't have time for that. Okay, so we are going to close this up. We have another correct guess from like pretty solid bang on guess. Gosh, okay. So I don't literally watch that dry on camera. Let's pull out day 9 of the tree and I will see you in a moment. All right, we are coming along. I did have to take it apart and shove the bottom layer farther down, but it is starting to look like a Christmas tree. There's a lot going on these branches. So I think we can put that aside because I bet these are dry. Ooh. All right, wishing tree is, you can see the shimmer. That is really stunning. Okay, so shall we go through previous Inkvents? I think that probably one of the closest to Red Horizon is going to be Cardinal. Yeah, let's see. So Ash, just all the grays from previous Inkvents are going to be kind of similar to Wishing Tree, except none of them are chameleons. I wonder if I may have told everyone a lie about Moonbeam. I think it's just a straight shimmer, but I can't remember. It may be a chameleon. I'd have to check. There's a little bit of brown like dusted truffle in here, but I think it's mostly like there's some polychromatic shading in there, which I wonder if that will show up when you write with it in a pen. Going back a second, Cardinal is a bit more desaturated than Red Horizon. Red Horizon is really deep. There is a little bit, Noel is cool, similar to Red Horizon. It's just a little bit more purpley. Bahumbug is very much more purpley and has shimmer. Red Wine, I think, is a bit too pink. Weeping Willow is, so this is very green with this like pinky undertone, but it is, there we go. It is the one that I think of when I look at Wishing Tree. It has more dramatic shading in the deep areas, but Wishing Tree has very similar pinky undertones, which I, again, am not sure is being caught on camera, but let's continue. Poinsettia is maybe just a little bit more pink, a little bit more desaturated than Red Horizon. But I think that might be it. Yeah, I think so. Let's go back and look at Solstice. This is, I think, one of the few like real blacks. And so I wonder, I mean, of course, the 24th is going to be shimmer, sheen, and the color of the edition. So we will see what that one has. Let's pull out my non-Inkvent swatches, though, as I say almost every time, some of them are still Inkvent. They're the 2019, because I only have samples and they don't go in my Inkvent swatch book, which I'll be honest, I didn't look for this weekend. Let's go through the oranges. So this is Mars Curiosity, which I'm only pulling out because of the similar theming. And you can see how rusty this one looks. This one goes down very red. Maybe not quite this red, but it goes down very red. I mean, I'm just gonna pull out some random colors because Oxblood is a little bit deeper. Rider's Blood is perhaps too purple. We're gonna pull it out anyway. I could do a more direct comparison with Noelle, which I think was the closest from the previous Inkvents anyways. And I think that's it. And as for Wishing Tree, I don't know that I have anything quite like it. So first off, let's look at Red Horizon. Mars Curiosity, similar theme, very different color. Rider's Blood is a whole lot more purpley than Red Horizon is. However, Oxblood, though it is just a little bit deeper and darker, and Noelle are very similar. I think Noelle leans just a hair more purple, which you can't really see up close, but you can see like here in the light parts. So this is a really a fun red. I wonder, I know that we have had a red, nope, Cranberry is much more pink. Rosette Nebula is also more pink. It is Supergiant. Supergiant is a little bit more orangey. I still think this one is a very like neutral red, so this one leans a little bit cool. So let's move these out of the way. Let's see if I can remember how to put them back in the right order. We'll do that later. Let's pull out, I was going to pull out Sea Glass and see if I could get some of the green polychromatic shaders, but Sea Glass is a lot greener than I remember. Maybe Kelp Tea, also a lot greener than I remember. Yep, those are about it, I think. Let's pull out Vert Empire just to compare. So this is one of my most desaturated greens. And let's go back and look at the grays again, because this is a gray. Yep, nope, 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 nope. So none of these have shimmer, but the troublemakers were the ones that I thought of first. But Sea Glass is much more of a sea green than it is this sort of green leaning gray brown gray. Kelp Tea, also a lot more green than Wishing Tree, but kind of has like it's in the same family, I feel like. Vert Empire, which is one of, like I said, it's one of my most desaturated greens, still nowhere close. So kind of a fun day today. I think I am a lot more inclined. Let's see, let's compare to this here. Moonlit Veil. There's some similarity there, but mostly in the deeps here and the lights here. And this is very blue compared to this. Sailing Stones is again kind of similar. The deep parts are kind of adjacent to the light parts. And then Actually, Rover is kind of similar, so that's fun. Yeah, I did not expect to have quite this many grays this year, and I don't know why I didn't expect that, because last year I was fully prepared for purples, and I think I did not get as many purples as I expected. Anyways, that is today. I hope that everyone has a wonderful day. I just looked at how much recording time I have here, and oh boy, I really need to rein it in. So I hope everyone has a good day. Bye.